She watched on helplessly as her best friend collapsed after being knifed in the street. Becca, Jelley and Jodie Wilkinson ran for their lives after a violent clash broke out around them as they walked through Newcastle. But as they fled, Rebecca had no idea the friend who had become like a sister to her was already. Jodie collapsed in the road after being knifed in the abdomen, and nothing could be done. It is now almost 5 years since Jodie was killed, but no one has ever been brought to justice. And today Becca, who was with her when she was stabbed, has told of the horror she witnessed for the first time as she pays tribute to Jodie, who helped her through the most difficult time. The 21-year-old said, "It all happened so quickly I didn't know what had happened. I was with Jodie 24/7 before she died. She was such a big character. She was just the sort of person you wanted to be." When she had gone, everybody was down and sad. She lit everybody's life up. It was like losing. She was the big sister I never had. I always think, why was it her and not me? I will always wonder why. Becca met Jodie when they were both living on the streets of Newcastle, around 3 years before Jodie died in 2017. Becca, from Newbiggin Hall, was pregnant at the time, and Jodie immediately took her under. I had known her for about 3 years. I lived on the streets when I was younger, and she was like my big sister. I was pregnant and I was 16, so it was really difficult. She always looked after us and made sure I got everything She just said, "You are coming with me, you are coming under my wing." But the heart of this city street family was ripped out when Jodie was stabbed to death on the afternoon of October 17, 20. Jodie and Becca were together on Stanhope Street in Arthur's Hill when a violent clash between two groups of people broke. Jodie was stabbed in the commotion, without Becca realizing. It all came out of nowhere. All of a sudden we were in a fight and people started getting stabbed, said Becca. They all started fighting, so we started running. Then Jodie stopped running. I said, "What?" And she said, "I've been stabbed." I just said, "No, you haven't. Just run and we will get help." But Jodie could not run any further, and dropped to the ground. I didn't realize anyone had been stabbed until Jodie fell. She was holding her right side, then she showed me her hand. It was covered in blood and I didn't know what to do. The wound to Jodie's abdomen caused massive internal bleeding, and despite efforts to save her, she died from her injury. David Waterston, of Hamilton Place, Newcastle, was charged with Jodie's murder, but later acquitted after a trial. A year after Jodie's death, 4 men were jailed for their parts in the violent disorder, which led to Jodie's death and happened in front of shocked parents and schoolchildren. Jodie's sister, Amy, has never given up hope that the killer will one day be brought to justice and has made repeated pleas for anyone with information to. And Becca is also continually tortured by the senselessness of her friends' slaying. I was kicking off and thinking, how can nobody get justice? There's got to be somebody out there that knows what happened, she said. Jodie was sorting her life out. That is what hurts the most. Jodie wasn't fighting that, we were just standing there. I always think, did she get stabbed because they thought she was a boy? She had short hair and she wore boys' clothes. I didn't get stabbed and I'm still bad. I can't go out by myself when there's a lot of people around and a lot of shit. I get flashbacks, I still have nightmares about it. But Jodie would have wanted us to get through it and just be my. Jodie got into trouble with the police shortly after leaving school. By the time she was 16, she had a criminal record and but she had turned her life around before she was killed. After receiving help from the Her Homes Newcastle's Young People's Service, Jodie slowly began to get her life back on. And in 2010 she was a proud recipient of a Chronicle Young Achiever Award.